Good morning. Happy April 14th. It's Wednesday. And yeah, here we are. My name's Matt. If you don't know me, I'm the CMO here at Legendary. I host every Wednesday of Wake Up Legendary. And we've got some people in the house. What's up, King, Mark, Helen, Jim? What's up, Rod? Aloha from Hawaii, I'm guessing. Callie, what's happening? Colton, Maria, Lori, what's going on? Matt. I wish I could scream Mark back as loud as you just yelled Matt into the computer virtually. Grand Rising. All right. What's up? What's up? Yoli, Jason. How's it going? Lori, Cheryl, Roy. Okay. Awesome. Welcome in, everybody. Happy you're here. Hey, if my audio sounds good, can you hit like a thumbs up or hit the little heart or something? Lets me know that my audio is working okay. One time I hopped on one of these and my thing was on mute and I was just sitting here talking. People are like commenting, "Hey, I can't hear you." So anyway, just lets me know that you can hear me okay, that we're doing all right. We've got an awesome guest today. I'm very excited. We've got lots of things to talk about. I have no idea where it's going to go or how it's going to go, but I'm excited about that. And yeah, let's bring in Barb. What's happening?
Hey, what's up? Good morning.
Hey, for everybody in the comments, if you can give Barb like a little round of applause, a virtual round of applause in the comments, that'd be great. And welcome. Thanks for coming on.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So you're in Cali and so it's early for us. I mean, I was up late doing like house stuff last night, and these are always early, but not too bad. But it's pretty early. Are you a morning person?
I am.
Okay.
Last night I went to bed at like 10, and that was like super late for me. Normally,
That's
8:30 rolls around, and I'm like brushing my teeth and nodding off.
yeah. That's me too. That's me too. I am absolutely a early sleeping man. If I can somehow get into like if I can make it to bed between like 9 and 9:30, it is going to be a great night of sleep and I'm going to feel incredible the next morning.
Yeah. I know. I was just talking to someone the other day about this, that I used to be one of those people that would stay up to like 3 o'clock in the morning, but
Yeah.
and then I was like, I'm just not a morning person. And so I read this book called The Miracle Morning. Highly recommend, 10 out of 10. And it just talked about becoming a morning person, basically, like just forcing yourself to get up and do certain things. And look at me now, I'm a morning person, whatever that is.
Yeah. So, man, I've heard so much about this book. I know many people whose lives it's changed. You really liked it? This by Hal Elrod and then a bunch of other people, right?
Yeah. It's Hal Elrod, and then he has like a whole series of Miracle Morning for network marketers, for realtors, stuff like that. And then he also has a follow-up book, which I also highly recommend, The Miracle Equation. And yeah, it's really good.
Nice.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you can suspend your disbelief about whatever pre-held beliefs you have about success or.
Okay. So we've got a part 1 and part 2 kind of thing.
Yes.
All right, cool. Right on. Well, hey, no free ads, but it's recommended by Barb. So, hey, guys, if you want to go grab it, go grab it. If you're stuck waking up at 4 a.m. or going to bed at 4 a.m. and waking up at 1 p.m. and not knowing what day it is or what time it is, I'm sure that will probably help. But you're also, not to get like too, well, we can just go deep, whatever. But you're also, it seems like, I don't know, you've got a whole journey to recovery as well, right? And that's something in our community we talk a lot about, obviously, because a lot of Dave's journey around recovery has been, in part helped by this industry, which gave him sort of not a lifeline, but kind of a lifeline, right? I mean, and it's done it for all of us in certain respects, but specifically with I don't have the struggle with recovery. I don't really have the addictive personality. I haven't really been addicted, right? It's not my story, but tell us a little bit about you and just like I don't know, bring us into your world. I mean, how did you find Legendary? I mean, take us back into your journey of finding something online, and give us all the good details.
Oh, that's such a long response. I'll try to keep it to like the Reader's Digest condensed version.
Sure.
So probably in like December-ish. I don't know. I've always kind of, I don't know if anyone can relate to this, but I've always kind of had this feeling that the 9 to 5 wasn't meant for me. Like and not even specifically a job, but just that I was meant for doing more with my life.
Hmm.
And so I, around maybe December of this past year, I started looking on YouTube, which is my favorite platform to just sit there and zone out for hours.
Yep.
But started looking at like different ways to make money online, because I think
Hmm.
I realized that having the time freedom that's the key for me, to
Yep.
give me that time to do other things with my life or find some deeper meaning.
Yep.
And I happened to find this YouTuber, and recovery is also part of his story.
Mm.
And I
Is
just
it
really,
Thomas?
yeah, I really
Cool.
resonated with what he was talking about. Like, he worked in a casino and had, been a heroin addict, and his story just resonated in a lot of ways. And so I started kind of following along with him.
Yeah.
And a lot of his content, like now that I have some context of what content should look like or does look like or whatever for a number of people,
Yeah.
it's very much like there's a lot of like the side hustle videos, like make $100 a day on Google Maps, which
Right.
snagged me. And that's what got me, oh, his $1,000 commissions, like his number one recommendation. And that's what, like, clicking the link in his YouTube description is what got me in. But it was
Hmm.
that trust that I had kind of developed with him virtually, because
Yeah.
I related to him so much, and he was just kind of speaking, it felt like, to me.
Hmm.
And so that's what kind of led me from random side hustles that I was like, well, I could do that, but then I would actually have to do this, this, and this, to happening to click on his link and signing up for the 15-day challenge. And I'm not gonna lie, I clicked on his link and I was like, legendary marketer, what's this? Of course. And being I don't want to say skeptical, because I don't think I am. I think I have like a balance of just rational and emotional. But I did some research. I read reviews. I'm sorry if you can hear my cat
No, we can't
tearing
hear
in
it.
the background.
It's
But
all good.
but read a lot of reviews, watch video reviews on YouTube, and I think that I can balance people who want to give you a really positive view of something, so you'll click their link, and somebody who's going to give a negative, really negative view because they had a bad experience. Anyway, so by the time I had actually signed up for the 15-day challenge, I had already kind of made up my mind that I wanted to like go all in on this. And so
Cool.
when it came time for me to decide, do I want to buy the blueprints or not, which are if you don't know, they're the advanced training to learn affiliate marketing, but also 3 other high income like business models online.
Yeah.
But I was just like, absolutely. And the
Hmm.
stars had kind of aligned for me. Like, my sister was paying me back some money that she owed me, and it just was kind of serendipity. And so,
Cool.
yeah, I just dove in.
That's awesome. That's really, really cool. So, yeah, so you jump into our challenge, you jump into our blueprints. Had you tried something like that before?
um,
Was this just a totally new experiment?
yeah, kind of.
That's cool.
And I think what again, going back to Thomas, like the YouTuber who introduced me to Legendary, is I was like, this is a normal guy. I know he understands what it feels like to get through a struggle, because I think that's
Yeah.
one thing that recovery gives us is, if it literally, if it doesn't kill you, you're, by virtue of just still being alive, you're going to be stronger as a result. And so there was just, I was basically like, if he can do it, I can do it. Meaning, if he
Yeah.
can make if he can go down this path. And what my initial kind of plan was, okay, I'm going to start on YouTube, and
Yep.
I had this grand plan to kind of go the same route that he went, because that's all I really knew at that point. I didn't know about TikTok or anything. So, but here we are.
Yeah. Here we are. So you tell us about sort of your experience diving in with the blueprints. What was that like? Was it, how did you find it? Or not how did you find it? I mean, did you enjoy it? Like what stood out to you as valuable, or what have you really taken from it? Because everybody takes something different. And like some people really quickly gravitate towards like coaching and consulting. Other people quickly gravitate towards affiliate marketing. Other people take and run with the decade in a day. Other people just go straight into the affiliate blueprints and just really start running. Like what kind of, how did you digest that training and how did it go?
Gosh, I actually just started going through the new blueprints, which are chef's kiss. But I just started going through and really trying to absorb as much information as possible. And I'm like in my 9 to 5 life, I'm a teacher. And so I understand it's not just about sitting back passively and being like, hey, teach me. Like the more engaged and the more I'm connecting it to something that I already know, so that I can recall that information and be like, oh yeah, it's related to this. Or um but yeah, I started going through the blueprints and devouring them. And I started with the affiliate marketing blueprint. um my business plan advisor, William, shout out to him, he's awesome. He got me set up to watch actually one of the replays of Decade in a Day before I went to it live, and I was just like ready. Like I actually watched it on double speed, and then I went back and watched it again just so I could like get through it quickly, take notes, and then take
Right.
it again. And
Right.
for whatever reason, that's just how I learn best. Um,
Yep.
but then I went and I implemented. I started with the Woodworking Done For You campaign on Facebook ads,
Okay.
and me, I mean, it wasn't my heart's dream to go into a woodworking niche, but it was just like in the blueprint
Yeah.
it talks about get practice doing this random niche, and then
Yep.
earn while you learn. Like that is so real.
Yeah.
And then take that skill, and then now you can transfer it to the niche that is like your heart's desire. And that's
Yeah.
100% what I did, and 100%
Cool.
what I tell people to do.
That's really cool. That's awesome. You're yeah, I don't know. That's just we're seeing it, yeah. And yes, you're right. It is chef's kiss. It's yeah, it's that is the so, and just for people who aren't really aware, we have our business blueprints, which is a more advanced course. If you haven't learned about it yet, it'll be coming. And we have a really special deal for you if you're going through the challenge. You don't, by the way, you don't need to purchase the blueprints or anything. It's not a requirement or anything like that, but it's a more advanced training. And basically, when we update that, so we don't just build a course and then it sits there forever and it's 8 years outdated and whatever. We try to keep that pretty updated and keep a lot of case studies. So we recently just launched an update, and with everybody who's purchased the blueprints in the past, they don't have to purchase again. So everybody just gets that upgrade for free. It just shows up in the back office, and yeah, you saying that with chef's kiss is like almost, that's exactly the right description. It's so powerful. So
Yeah.
anyway,
One thing I wanted
cool.
to add before I forget,
Yeah.
um, because I think I and so many of us come into a new situation thinking we know everything, or having some skepticism, or having a preconceived notion about what to do or what's best. Or I think I'll speak for myself. My ego can get in the way when I'm not
Mhm.
keeping it in check. So something else that I've learned from recovery that is so relevant to, I think, in my case at least, being a successful online business owner, is take suggestions from other people who have more time than you. Like in recovery, it's like you find a sponsor, you listen to the old timers and the people who've had sobriety for 20 years, and
Yeah.
even if the stuff that they're telling you to do doesn't make sense to you, that's okay. You're new. It's not going to make sense to you.
Mm.
If Dave Sharpe told me sprinkle fairy dust on your computer and that's going to make your ads run better, I would have been like, okay. Like some stuff you just have to not understand, but just do what you're told when you're brand new.
Yeah.
I think having that um, openness to suggestion and coachability I attribute a lot of my success. I mean, obviously I've only been doing this for a few months, but
Yeah.
just to that kind of mindset. So I wanted to
Yeah.
there.
That's huge. That's a big kick. That's a huge difference between I am not that way. And I would have fast tracked. Like it took me a long time to really like do anything online that made any money. Uh, having something like TikTok helps for sure, but also just in general, like I always took something and said like, oh, but they probably missed this and they probably missed this. And so I'm going to do it my own way and just, and it was just like, I didn't need to do that. Like, so anyway, that's a big piece. So that's really cool. That's awesome. And it helps a lot because it removes so much of the confusion. It removes so much of the overwhelm. It's like, hey, let me just try to soak that in. It takes a lot of I think it takes a lot of like emotional awareness, emotional intelligence. Like you've got to know yourself really well. You've got to know your learning style really well. You said earlier, for a lot of reasons, I learn better this way. Like you kind of know how you learn, how your brain works, how your personality works. And then if you know that, it makes it so much easier to process information and to learn and to adapt and to, all of that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think also at least in my case, I think this is probably true for most people, but I'm practicing my I statements, speaking of recovery. But I think it's all that kind of faith in the process also instills a lot of belief in the system and that your results will come if you just keep doing the next right thing that you're being told to do in the process. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. What's your journey on TikTok been like? Was it hard to get started on TikTok? You've got a couple different ones. You've got like a more what you have more one that's more like personally branded, then you have another one that's like sort of just a manifestation niche one. Um what's that been like? Has it been weird to become a content creator? How does that sound? How does that Yeah.
yeah, it's funny. I went to it was my niece's 17th birthday party the other day, and so I walked in, and my sister yells, "Look, it's like she's TikTok famous," and da da da. And I think she has a skewed view of what TikTok fame is, but uh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just it to say hi to one of my cats.
Hello.
Um, when I started on TikTok February 8th, and I always tell people this whenever they're talking about fear of being on camera or the fear of starting. Of course, everyone's afraid. I was afraid. I was afraid of looking stupid. I was actually like trying to do my hair and like, have good lighting, and I didn't even use a trending sound. Like I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
But you're never going to have it perfect before you start. There's never a perfect time to start. There's a right time, and the right time is
Yeah.
right now.
Right.
And so I was just like, I know from experience, like just life experience, that it's never going to feel comfortable. You just have to start. And I don't know if this will show up or if it's backwards, but feel the fear and do it anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait, hold that up again.
this is another great book for everyone that feel the fear and do it anyway.
Feel the fear and do it anyway.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's okay to feel afraid. Don't let that stop you. Just do it afraid. So that's what I did. My
Cool.
first talk was just kind of, I don't want to say garbage, but it wasn't great. And I was just talking but what I found was, one, just putting it out there and getting started gave me, it was like a rush of just confidence and self-efficacy and, feeling good about the fact that I had overcome my fear and taken action.
Yeah.
And letting that momentum kind of carry. And since February 8th, I've posted at least 3 TikTok videos a day, sometimes like 6 or 7 if I'm feeling full of content for the day.
That's insane.
Yeah. But it's
That's
like
a lot of videos.
Yeah. But it's like
What?
no one is born being like, oh, here's how to do TikTok. Like, no. Everybody sucks at first, or everybody feels uncomfortable, or you know what I mean? But I think
I do.
the key thing is take that and like take your content and make it better. Like iterate. See what other people are doing. Always kind of be a student and don't just again sit back passively like, okay, well, I'm making TikToks, but where's my paycheck? You know what I mean?
Yes. Totally. 100%. All right. So how did you get the idea? I mean, I know how you got the idea, but I mean, 3 to 6 videos a day. I mean, minimum of 3 videos a day for 2 months straight that's no joke for sure. There's a lot of people who get started on TikTok, a couple videos in, and they're like, geez, I can't do this. So how did you, I'm just curious, like, what's the backstory? What's the motivation? What's the drive? Like, how did you push through all of that initial, like, geez, is this work? Like, I'm doing my hair, like all those nerves kill a lot of people's TikTok channels. How, like, do you have patterns of being resilient? Are you, like, just what's inside of you?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think just tough life experiences. For example, and I know this, like I don't like being in the spotlight. I don't like attention. I would much rather be like the person playing second fiddle or like the assistant manager, and like and that's just very much who I am. And in high school and in college when I played basketball, I was the best player, and so I was kind of forced into the spotlight, and I hated it. Like I literally, it's so gross, but I would feel so nervous before games I would throw up before like probably half of all my games.
Wow.
But it's like, I mean, there's stuff like that. There's stuff like, going to rehab, what was it, 4 years ago, and just battling with addiction. I mean, I think that's probably the biggest thing where it's like, honestly, that if you can get through that, you can do affiliate marketing. You could do anything. Like that was not easy. This is like cool. Like this is so much more simple, and just I have so much more to draw from now. But yeah, I think just having difficult life experiences and knowing kind of having transferable skills from that to be able to navigate a new experience where I know I'm going to be afraid. I know I'm going to feel uncomfortable. I know that I'm going to be dealing, and I made a TikTok video about this, that being an online entrepreneur for me, at least, is a lot like an accelerated version of therapy, because you have to deal with all your self-doubt, all the critical voices in your head, and you either have to push through it or you're going to find excuses and quit. And for me, quitting was never on the table. Like when I make a decision, it's like it has to be final, and I take all other options away.
Wow. I've never heard somebody say transferable skills in the realm of like life struggles or difficult situations or emotional struggles or difficulties. That's really cool. I like how you put that, because we always talk about transferable skills with like Google ads, it's like, yeah, that is a transferable skill, but it really is. I like for the time, like my marriage almost fell apart multiple times, and the amount of time that I spent in therapy, and while I was trying to build my business was just an intense time of, you're exactly right, so much time feeling like just so internally in a struggle. And so now, not that I don't sweat the small stuff, but some of the small stuff is just like, you know what, like me showing up every day, 3 times a day on TikTok, like I can figure this out, you know?
Yeah. 100%.
So no, that's really cool. It's really cool and it's really powerful. For everybody who's here, just her TikTok is on the screen. You can follow. You're also doing just a more like behind the scenes. No one would really know it was you. Sort of manifestation channel. How's that going?
It's going pretty well. It kind of started off as an experiment, just to.
By the way, can we share that with people, or is that cool?
Sure.
Okay.
It's the TikTok handle is Manifestation Candy.
Cool. That's a really cool name.
Yeah, it just came to me
like
in a flash of inspiration.
Nice.
But yeah, I just kind of, I had heard, I can't remember who, talking about, re-uploading videos from pexels.com, and
Like I talked about it on a Wake Up Legendary once, and then on a Business Blueprints webinar too. We
okay,
walked through it.
maybe it was that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of, I don't want to minimize the importance of making money with affiliate marketing in anyone's life, but
Yeah.
it was more like an experiment, or kind of like a game, to see if I could create content that was valuable enough that I could develop a following, and then turn that into traffic to an affiliate link, and see if I could make money from it.
Yep.
And I mean, it worked.
Cool.
And I've been telling my sister, like, dude, I need to help you get this set up so you can have this stream of income. And
right.
But
yeah, and especially with like the whole like, so basically, so everybody knows like kind of how she's doing that. She's taking there's this website called pexels.com. It's pexels.com where you can get free stock video and stock photos that are commercially usable. You can use them anywhere, and you don't even have to have attributions on them or anything. They obviously encourage people to whatever, like donate or whatever, but no. And then taking those, putting sounds to them, and putting words on the screen. It's funny because I've done that in lots of different niches: pet niche, manifestation niche. In fact, one manifestation, I had a channel. I only posted one video to it. I just wanted to prove the concept. The video had 20,000 views and I had 1,000 followers in like a few days with just one video. Yeah. It was just like, there's certain videos that take off and there's certain like trends and things, but no, I just think that that's also really equally powerful, because there's just a lot of people out there who are like, I'm just nervous, my face and my name and all of this stuff. And it's like, look, there's lots of affiliates throughout the world who are faceless, nameless. You'll never know them. They don't want to be known. They like just kind of living their little thing in their house and they're doing their thing, and that's cool. And it's just super powerful because it gives what it does. Here's why I think it's powerful. I think it's powerful because it removes all the excuses, because really, like everything else, it's all just excuses, right? But the whole, like, I don't want my face on there, I don't want my name on there, that's kind of a legit one. Like, especially in some cases, if somebody's got 9 to 5 or they've got like non-competes or like moonlight clauses or all kind of stuff, right? So there's a lot that goes into that. And some people are public figures, or some people are real estate brokers or investors and stuff. And they're like, I don't want to mix up my brands. And so there's some legit like concerns, right? Not everybody wants this to be their entire personal brand with their name and everything. So having that outlet, okay, now it's like, well, shoot, now there are different ways where like you don't need to show your face. You don't need to be the hero. You can actually promote products using video content that has no face, no name, no personality. It's really cool. And I'm seeing more and more people do it in our community. And it's one of those things where it's not anything crazy or special that we've done here at Legendary. I mean, we've just highlighted a few people who have already done it. Yeah. And people in our community do a great job of looking around on TikTok and on the internet and seeing how is that person doing that? Oh, wonder how they got those videos. Oh, pexels.com. Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to try this.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. I made $100. That's cool. All right. Let's try to do that again, you know? So I think that's a big benefit of our community, because if you aren't in our community, you probably don't hear that random conversation about Pexels and Manifestation Channel, and like just being in the know and hearing wake up calls or hearing Thursday webinars or whatever. It just, you start sparking ideas, and I think that that's really powerful too. You know, you can always sit on YouTube for 10 hours a day, but it, you know, there's a lot of fluff in between all of this stuff. So well, cool. Man, you're such a cool person. I feel like there's I've seen at least a couple people be like, man, Barb is totally my spirit animal. This is awesome. But you just have genuinely, you have a great energy about you. I can tell. I can obviously tell why people on your TikTok channel love tuning in. Like, and I'm going to as well. For people who are here and maybe they're stuck and can't create videos, or they're stuck and worried about what people are going to say about them, or maybe they're just brand new and just hanging out here for the first time. What do you have, anything that's on your mind, or anything that you want to say to the community to encourage them to keep going, or anything come to mind?
Yeah, I think a couple things. One, if you're new and like haven't even started creating content, let's say on TikTok, but really it could be applicable to anywhere. Just know, I mean, truly, you are not the only person that feels like an imposter, that feels like a fraud, that you're stupid, that you're incompetent, that if you have voices in your head that are saying, echoing the stuff that you were told as a kid or by a teacher or a parent or a whoever, that are saying you can't do this, be like, thanks for your input. I'm cool off that though. And realize that they're just voices, like just thoughts, and you don't have to believe everything you think. So there's no hack, there's no workaround, there's no trick to not being nervous about making content. Just make one. Even if you save it to your drafts, at least you've made one, and then post it later. But
Yeah.
like right now, I don't know how many people are watching, but right now I'm just talking to you, Matt. And so I'm not even cognizant of the fact that there are other people. There could be a million people watching, or there could be it could just be us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And literally, when you're making a TikTok video, you're holding your phone up and you're just talking to your phone. That's all. And then just hit post and like be done with it. And like, I think what you will find is what you're worried about, which is the judgment and the ridicule and whatever. That goes away. You won't always feel that way. It won't always be hard to make TikToks. In fact, I think what you'll find is that TikTok is actually, you will find your people. Like as long as you're, this is something they say on RuPaul's Drag Race, which is my favorite show, but they always have like the final four drag queens at the end. And then they ask them, what's something you would go back in time and tell your younger self? And they always say the same things every season. And that's, people are going to ridicule you because you're different. They're going to, call you names or exclude you, but you need to keep pursuing that. You need to keep being weird and being yourself, because the people that are going to love you are going to love you because of that and not in spite of it. Just like be your authentic self, and your people on TikTok are going to find you and be like, I'm going to buy from her, or I'm going to buy from him, because they trust you and they relate and they resonate.
Damn, that is really good advice.
RuPaul's Drag Race, it's so wise, I'm telling
Also, yes. Also, I was gonna say, I have been meaning to get into that for so long, and I'm really glad you brought it up, because we're all out of TV shows, and quarantine, man, it different. But no, I need to get into that, because that's all that I've heard is amazing.
Yeah,
it's your favorite, huh? That's awesome.
I don't watch TV because I just can't get into TV, but that's the one show I will sit there and like. In fact, I think I took the day off from work today just in honor of this.
Cool.
And I'm fully gonna binge RuPaul's Drag Race because I've
Let's go.
recent season. So
yeah, I love it. Cool. I love that you're having a whole little day. That's awesome. I very much love that.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. You brought the heat, and that was really good and really powerful. And I can tell from the energy in the comments, like people are like feeling it. So thank you so much.
I
See
love
ya.
you guys. I love the community so much. Like a number of friends I've made through Legendary or through TikTok. I've met people in other
Yeah.
countries that we like text on WhatsApp. Shout out, you know who you are if you're watching. But yeah, the community is just, it's like Kelly Olson said, one of the unexpected benefits that kind of outweighs the money stuff. And I agree.
Yes. Yes. That it's such a theme. People probably 3-4 times a week will come on here, and that's like one of the main things that our guest says is like,
Yeah.
I've got friends, like legit, like cool people, like that I actually enjoy.
Yeah,
And we're like working and kind of doing similar stuff. And yeah,
totally.
dang, it's awesome. It's awesome. Well, thank you so much. Later on, I mean, keep rocking. I mean, yeah, you've got so much going on. You're killing it, and anything we can do to help. But also, if you're open to it, we might reach out. We've just got a lot of guests that we're inviting to this. But we used to say like, "Hey, can we have you back on in a couple months?" We still do, but we have got a lot of like potential guests that we're trying to bring on too. So we're now like in a spot where we don't have as many spots as we had before. But if we ever get a spot, we'll put you on the list. We'll get you back on here in 3 or 4 months.
All right. Otherwise, you know where to find me.
We do. Right here, there.
Whichever.
Oh, my camera's mirrored. It is the trippiest thing. All right, cool. Have a good binge watch day and enjoy it.
Thank you. I will.
All right, see ya. All right. Wow, that was awesome. I very much enjoyed that. That was incredible. If you all could leave Barb a little bit of love in the comments, that'd be great. And just let her know what was impactful from today, and give her a follow on TikTok too. We'll be back here same time, same place tomorrow, everybody. So be here. It's 10 a.m. Eastern. Dave will be back tomorrow, so make sure that you're here. If you're not signed up to our text message reminders, because Lord knows you're going to leave this thing and disappear, and you're going to forget Legendary Marketer ever existed. Well, hopefully that won't happen, but excuse me. You can text WUL, the letters WUL, to 813-296-8553. You'll get a little text message reminder. It is very non-invasive. We do not market to you. We do not try to sell things to you. We don't do any of that. It's literally just every Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, you're going to get a little tiny text message, and it just says, we're going live. Here's what we're talking about. Here's our guest for the day. Tap below to join. All right. So get it. If you're looking at the screen, you're trying to get it, write the number down. 813-296-8553. Text WUL. Make sure it doesn't autocorrect or screw up or anything. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place.